Two switch right here. One is the center off latching and the other one is the center off momentary. So the function is totally different, even though the label is look like the same, but the function will be totally different. So if you press these buttons, then the switch will be turned on and this will be on. So in the middle is off mode and this side then will be on. So in the center is off. So how we can test is, for multimeter I'm going to use analog multimeter. You can select to connectivity here. So make sure that your multimeter have connectivity. So we hold like this, mount to one side of the pins. Then if you on the switch, then the switch will be on. You can observe on multimeter that this side is off, this side on. So in the center we off, both sides is off when in the middle. So one side on, then one side off, and in the middle is both sides off. And this side you press, then this side on, this side off. So this is why we call this a center off switch. And here another types. This is a center off switch, but it's not latching. This is a momentary center off. In the middle here, both sides is off. It's the same. But if you press this side, then the switch will be on and this will not latch. This will not latch in. So if you release your hand, then the switch is, the spring already spring back, so the switch will be off again. So once you press, then only the switch will be turned on. If you release, off. This is once you press the button, even though you release your hand, the switch is still on. This is a real center off rocker switch, and this is called a momentary center off. This side. So let us wire the DC motor. So both of these switch can be used for 250 volt on 125 voltage, or 12 volt DC, or 24 volt, any voltage you can use. And the ampere will be, for this one, 16 ampere. The current rating is 16 ampere, and this type is the right here. So this switch, the current is 10 ampere. So this switch is, the amp is more lower. So I'm going to use this. The wiring diagram will be the same. I'm going to try with DC motor. I have a two DC motor right here, so left and right, and I use this is the switch. So this switch. So in the middle, this is a positive wire. So positive wire will goes to in the middle here, and one positive we out to one side of the motor, and the other side of the positive will goes to one side of the motor, and the negative will look we directly go to one side of the motor, and negative goes to the other side of the motor. So if you press this side, then one of the motor will be turned on, and if you press one side, then the other side will be turned on. So the function of these two, the concept is the same. This switch, once you press, will not stay. This type of the center off, once you press, then they will stay. This is called the latch chain switch, and this is called momentary switch. So let's try with the DC motor. So I have two motor right here, and this is the switch. I'm going to use a momentary switch, and this motor is 9 volt DC motor, so I'm going to use 9 volt battery. So 9 volt battery, positive we connect to emitter here, and one side of positive we go to one motor, and one side positive we out to the other motor, and negative of 9 volt battery we comes into here, and left and right they will loop. So 9 volt battery, you can use any voltage, depends on your appliance. If your appliance is 12 volt, you need to use 12 volt battery or 12 power supply. If your appliance is 240 volt, and you need to use 240 volt. So let me try with this. If I press this side, this one motor will be run on. So this motor is running now. And if I press this side, then this motor will be run. So basically we can say this is down, and this side up. If you twist your switch in this position, and this side is on, and this side is on, so in the middle, off. But if we use this switch, we're going to wire to this switch, and now this switch I replace with this center off switch and center off switch. So if this switch, if I use, and the switch is staying, so unless I put it back, then the motor will not stop. So on, this is called the latching switch, and on then this side. So I use this motor because I just have 9 volt battery, and I just have the small 9 volt DC motor. If you have the big motor and a higher voltage or whatever, you can apply this switch, because this switch you can use 240 volt AC or 125 volt AC, and you can use 12 volt, 24 volt, and 48 volt. Any voltage you can use. Then the current will be this one is 10 ampere, and this will be 16 ampere. So I hope this video will help for someone, and thank you for watching my video.